Hello guys, and what is up? This is Silence Pew Pew and we're coming at you with another video. Today guys, we are going to be playing finally round 8 and 9 of Axis and Allies Online. I do believe that by round 9, I think we should be able to win. We'll see though. That may be a little bit of an overstatement. Hopefully though, this will be the last one. I've already gone up and pre-selected my units. I can only deploy 15, which is pretty shitty because I have a shit ton of money. Um, but we need a bunch of infantry and a bunch of tanks at this point. We're just at the point where we just need a bunch of units. We had a bunch of money. I think we had like 80 or something. Oh, I can't see anymore. But either way, because we had just stolen all of Russia's money as well last round. So hopefully we can continue to hold this much territory. I've got a couple plans as how we can make Russia weak again, but we are at the point where we need to take out Russia ASAP. Because this naval invasion is happening this turn. That's 5 transports. All of that is coming over pretty much. So that's going to suck. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end that phase. I'm going to draft up my combat movement, and then I'll get back to you guys about what I'm doing. Okay, so hopefully we take this territory. We are taking these 2 territories. There's no combat there. I'm going to do a bombing raid on Russia because I need to keep Russia down. So obviously they have quite a bit of money set aside right now. So if we can get us any kind of money would be great there. $24 is like 6 infantry units, which is more than I can put out right now. Key thing though, we need this territory here because that'll allow us to produce 4 units at a time. I'm deciding how important this territory is because I could take this one, or I could bomb the United Kingdom, or possibly bomb Russia again. The maximum damage that you can do, I think, is 11. Maybe it's 10. 11 points or even 10 points away from them would be great because that's 3 less infantry units or 1 less tank in an infantry unit that they could produce. Which would be very, very nice. However, at the same time, I need I need Japan to start taking out this. If Japan takes this territory, we should be pretty much set. Also, I think this is a victory point, and that's a victory point. So once we take those 2 territories, that's it. That's the game. Um, so I just have to hold on to France and Italy. So we'll see how that goes. But I think we're just gonna stick with this plan because we want the extra money, and we want to hurt Russia as much as we possibly can at this point. Okay, so as you can see, those attacks happened. We took 2 territories already. Hopefully Japan, we'll see what they do with their tank. I assume they're probably just going to run it through this way. Um, Depends. But they need to focus on here, and I hate that I can't click on the map and like say that, you know? But either way, because this doesn't have a territory. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on into it. We're just going to start off with this one, and I'll catch you guys up in a minute. Oh my god, again. Okay, so this happened yet again. That's crazy. This is like the 5th time this happened. So my bomber, I had a bomber and an infantry dude and a fighter go in here, and only a bomber is leaving, and their fighter is still left standing. Outrageous, man. Outrageous. Okay, so... Oh, he can't make it there? What? He was... Oh, I just captured that territory. That's why. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, Gotta get these guys back to safety. Shoot. Alright, that'll be fine there. Okay, so now I'm gonna divvy up how I want to move my units and stuff like that, and then that's pretty much going to be it. We are gonna spread these guys out because, oh, he can't move that far. What? Yes, he should be able to. There we go. The heck? So anyways, we're going to divvy up how I want my units to be. Basically going to fortify France, and possibly... We'll see how many troops we have left. We probably will let Eastern or Northwestern Europe possibly fall, because if we can, we would love for them to take that territory instead so I can focus on defense of France and Germany. Okay, and I'll get back to you guys here in a minute. Okay, so I think we're done with my movements. Unfortunately, I definitely do not have enough units over here to protect both these territories, so we are going to protect France with all our might due to it for a couple of reasons. Obviously, it's 6 points. That's the biggest reason right there that we want to protect France is because it's $6, which is a lot. Also, it has a capital or a victory point on it, which Paris isn't really there. It's more here-ish, but either way, regardless of where Paris is, so this is going to be a very close battle, and I may even lose this territory here. I'm gonna have, I think I said like 10, 11 units here. They're going to be sending in 10, plus they're going to get a bombardment. I think the cruisers can bombard as well. They do. They can get one bombardment shot. So if those both hit one unit, that unit doesn't get to fire, which may change the tide of this battle a little bit. However, infantry suck at attacking, so we may be able to hold this just with my tanks and my infantry. So we'll see how it goes. We did move 2 AA guns into there just in case. They do have a fighter up here. I doubt that fighter's going to come in. And since for some reason my AA guns can't shoot bombers, which seems really odd to me, that they can't do that. Either way, okay, that's going to be the end of that phase. And now we're going to deploy our units. So this here we have to be very strategical about because we want to be able to take territory, because we want to be able to kill Russia. Okay, that's the main thing. We want to be able to take out Russia and get our territory back. I assume, more than likely, I feel like what they're going to do is they're either going to take a bunch of territory back from me to cripple me next time, or what I think would be more logical is take back this one. I don't know. There's a couple ways they could go here, because they could just move, this guy here, and then one guy here, and then just leave this tank here, because they're pretty much at the point where they already know they're screwed. Or they could try to consolidate all their forces, joint attack here, send in probably one infantry, I would say, and then these two guys here, just to ensure that they get it, then place all of their guys here. I don't know what their plan is going to be. We'll see, though. But either way, I need some men here. So we're going to go ahead and actually place 2 tanks here for sure. And then I think... Oh, I just took this territory. I can't place anything there. Shoot, I always forget about that. Alright, the rest of them are going on Germany and Italy, I guess. Wow. That's why you only had 15 units to place, because I only had 15 places to put them. I didn't realize that. Man, oh man, I forgot about that part. That I wouldn't get this one this turn. Shoot. Man, I hate not having a rulebook in front of me for this game. Like it's you kind of do, but you really don't though. You know, like yeah, there's just not really a rule book here because I would be looking up, making sure that I can do these things before. But you know, either way, so this is what we're gonna stick with. We've got our three people here. 10 people going to be placed in Germany. Only 2 people up there, unfortunately, which means we're not going to be taking Russia's capital next turn, which is a huge bummer. And they very well may take this territory back. We'll see what happens with that. I just really hope. This is the biggest thing right now. I need Japan to take this territory here. I don't care what else they take. If they want to take more parts of Russia, that's fine with me. Just I need you guys to take this territory here. You should have the manpower to do it just about. I think you're just barely missing. But either way. Okay, so that's going to be the end of my turn. And then as soon as the AI is done moving, I'll catch you guys up on what they did for the most part. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. My army just pulled off some of the best defensive battle ever to take place, probably, in this simulated World War II. We lost this territory here, kind of like I figured. They sent 4 infantry and 1 artillery. So they sent 4 guys, 3 guys from here, 1 guy from here, and 1 artillery from here. They then also sent, for some reason, 2 infantry here. My tank killed both of them and didn't die. That was great because we needed to hold this territory and there wasn't much else I could do. So we held that territory just fine. Then, better yet, instead of them taking their 7 units that they had here and dropping them off here, they did an amphibious assault up here in Finland where I was not expecting, and that was the second time they did that to me now. First time they did it to Normandy here, and I never got Normandy back. Or Norway, I'm sorry, Norway, back. And then they did it here, and somehow my infantry and tanks and my 3 planes managed to pull it off. Looking at the stats, they should have just barely won that. Um, and had like a couple of people. As you can see here, I lost 4 infantry, 1 tank, and 1 fighter. They had 6 infantry, 1 artillery, and 4 tanks. That's the thing here that gets me. 4 tanks attacked this, and they still lost it. With 6 infantry. That should have been the kicker there. But I still got 2 planes left in there, so that's huge. Now, biggest thing now, we're still not going to be able to take this territory this turn, so that's unfortunate. However, I'm looking at this and I'm trying to see how I can make the most of this. I don't think it's possible to take this territory back here, West Russia. I can take these 2, which I'm just not sure how worth it per se is. Um, but either way, we gotta buy units. So I'm gonna buy my units, and then I'll fill you guys in on my game plan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is what we ended up buying. We ended up fixing our industrial complex. United Kingdom did 5 damage to it, so that's unfortunate. However, we got it back, so good there. We ended up buying 7 tanks and 2 infantry. I probably should have bought a couple more infantry, but the problem is the industrial complex that I own over near Russia can only give me 6, so I wanted to limit the amount of infantry there. Um, Maybe I should have gone with 3 infantry instead. Oh well, either way, we got our 7 tanks, 1 fighter. Most of this is going to go over here, but I can only put 6, so that is unfortunate. Um, uh, Biggest thing I got to figure out now is, do I want to attempt to take this territory, which we probably Okay, guys. So I pretty much figured out my movements. Unfortunately, Japan suffered one of the things that I've been suffering. They attacked with a force that was relatively equal, because I forgot United Kingdom went before Japan, so United Kingdom stacked this up with another fighter and two more additional tanks, which put them at 6 tanks versus 6 tanks. I don't remember exactly how many infantry they had. Not too important. Either way, though, Japan should have just barely lost it, but they ended up losing it massively. They lost all of their tanks, I mean, all of their infantry dudes in pretty much the first attack. So that was a huge setback for them. However, if they were just a little bit smarter, they would focus in one area. They did amphibious assault up here, causing Russia to take this territory. They had a guy there. He moved down here, took this place. I don't know. Either way, though, we are super close to grabbing this territory and this territory. We're just going to need probably round 10. Round 10 will be pretty much just about right. But unfortunately, that'll also be when I'm being amphibious assaulted again by the United States. So either way, my movements here for combat, we are going to take back Norway, and then we're going to have this guy take these two, and you'll see here why. Alright, so we ended up losing more than I wanted to there, but it was a risk I had to do. We had to take this territory in order to um, help out. Actually, how far can this guy fly? Okay, you can only go there. Yeah, should have done a bombing run on this industrial complex here. We didn't, so that's unfortunate. It's not gonna, nothing can change now about that. Um, we need an industrial complex between somewhere in here too, but the problem is these are all 2s and 4s, so they're just pointless to put in um, really anywhere. We just gotta make sure that we can hold the Caucasus here. That's the biggest thing. We gotta hold the Caucasus. Alright, either way though, you can pretty much see what we're doing. We are going to start to load up this territory and this territory, and then we're just going to keep units there because we don't want that bombardment to come in and hit us too hard. If they keep attacking up here, so be it. That's fine. We'll slowly lose that territory, and hopefully then if we can capture Russia, we should be able to puncture through, hold that territory anyways. Technically, we should pretty much win at that point because there should be no reason Japan hasn't taken this territory yet. I think we'll be able to win by round 11, though. I was really expecting round 10 at the latest, but we'll see how this goes. So now it's on to deploying our units. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we've deployed our 3 of our tanks to Germany, 1 fighter as well. We've deployed 2 infantry and 2 tanks to the Caucasus, and then to this place here, we've deployed 2 tanks. Hopefully with that, we should be able to hold these 2 territories. They can't take this one for sure, even if this attack... Well, I mean, I can't say that because they've showed me before that they can pull off random-ass shit. So hopefully they don't take that territory. If they do, no big deal. They won't have very much left to fight me with anyways. The biggest thing, though, is if they do... I would prefer that they would come and murder themselves. If they do, though, I hope they attack the Caucasus. Even with all of this force here, I think we should just barely be able to win that. If not, we'll just barely lose, which will be fine. However, they won't have very much units left to put in here then. So that'll be good. How much money do they have? They have $18 to spend on. That's what, six infantry. Oof, 6 infantry is quite a lot actually. Which means that Japan would hopefully be able to come in and weaken it up with their 3 tanks that can hit. They may actually take it then, which would suck. But either way, I'm willing to let that happen as long as we win. And then I've got the 3 tanks here on standby, ready to go, just in case they do attack in any direction. I've got 3 different ways that I can attack from. That's the biggest thing here. We've got 3 different ways. So that is all we're gonna do for today's video. I've been recording for roughly 30 minutes now. As you can see, this game sometimes does take quite some time to actually get through. And I'll talk to you guys, or catch you guys all up on my next video.